Hi guys, this is the Doctor. Today I am going to be talking about something that's really pissed me off recently, and that is Stellar Blade censorship. So like, share and subscribe, and let's get into it. Sony. You had a top tier golden goose, but you had to go and ruin things for yourself, didn't you? You finally had a PS5 exclusive that was going to turn a profit for you, because we all know none of the shit that you've put out so far are yet to turn one, and you messed it up. For what? Like, seriously, for what? Some sort of fake sense of appeasement from a group of individuals who don't buy your products nor have the means to purchase them, because let's be honest, most of them are broke because of their life choices, and the others have no sense of financial responsibility. You, Sony, are a victim who has Stockholm Syndrome. You continuously get financially abused by these broke losers, yet you continue to want their approval. Why? Seriously, why? Stellar Blade is an M rated game. Why are you censoring things in an M rated game? You have no decent justification except that you clearly have an ideological motivation behind this decision. One of Attack on Titan's last season's most baddest scene was when Mikasa had slaughtered a few people or titans, whatever it was, I can't be bothered to remember. She was standing there while it was raining blood. The same was what the devs had initially wanted for their game, as we saw from the demo playthrough. And you decided to censor it. Bizarre, absolutely bizarre decisions. Tell me, are you that weak minded that blood now offends you? Mate, do you go to a blood drive and get offended at all the packeted blood? If you come up with some bullshit reason like it was too gory, mate, it's an M rated game for God's sake. Why are you stifling your own profits and limiting your own studios? You are a freaking for profit company, do you not realize that? Act like it, make decisions that cater to your fan base, not to perpetually offended weirdos on Twitter, and try to earn some money. Right, enough of Sony. Now let's come to the main culprits. The twatters, which is basically what I call the mentally challenged Twitter folk. You really need to spend the time you spend getting offended at gaining some useful skills that can help you actually become financially stable. Those gender studies degrees do not have a job market nor a use in society. But I'll do you a favor, because I believe in looking and getting to know the perspective of all sides, because that's one way that you can actually be smart and not be led astray or become a foot soldier for the regime. I'll put myself in your shoes and try to understand where all this venom comes from. Right, so I'm now someone who's been indoctrinated in intersectionality and misandry. I see this really hot game character that revealed. I suddenly get enraged by her existence. Now, I can think of a few reasons why people might be going through such emotions. Number one, although I'm happy that I now have another character to write fanfics about, but I'm also really, really mad and I'm really seething because it will make men happy as well. And I can't have that because they're my mortal enemy. Because my college tutor, who had blue hair and weird sorts of nose rings and stuff, told me that men were my enemy. Number two reason that I could come up with is that maybe people are insecure that they'll never be like her, and that somehow means that they'll never be desired. Now, I am a bit empathetic. Nobody should have to feel that way, that they never amount to something or they'll not be someone that people will desire. However, they need to realize one thing: desirability in the real world does not just come from how hot a person is. There are loads of other variables, loads of other factors that actually make someone desirable. And to be very honest, if you really want to look hot or care about looking hot, just go to the gym and lift some weights, man. It's that easy. There are other characteristics that make someone desirable that are much more important than physical beauty. Your heart, your integrity, your strength of character, all of these things are much more important than whatever you possibly think is. I can assure you it's not. And this message is not just for the women, it's also for men. Go to the gym, lift weights, become better versions of yourselves. Now, Let's also try to find a reason behind why this culture of getting outraged at things you don't like has become so prominent since the latter 2010s. I am someone who's an individual who just made big corpo agree to his demands. I feel the dopamine hit that such people have gotten is so unreal that it's basically acted like white powder, which I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to mention this on YouTube or not. But anyway, this dopamine hit that I get by making big corporations bow before me is a sense of power that I really have no real world perspectives to achieve. So that's what I feel. These people have become addicted to getting people to bend to their will and just making sure that they are in control about what gets accepted and what other people enjoy, which, to be very honest, is a really, really bizarre and really, really, for the lack of a better word, evil thing. Of course, how can we forget the Larry Finks of the world who want to force behaviors? They are the main driving force. They are the well that has the water that forms the backbone of all of these movements, these sorts of messaging, the DEI perspectives, and everything that comes with it. People have gotten so unhinged that they're now issuing bounties on people that they don't agree with. I mean, we've all seen poor Mark, and also known as Grums, have a bounty put on his head about 20k, and then a new bounty was put on him and possibly Asmongold's head as well, and that amount was 30k from absolute nobodies, from people I had never even heard about, even knew they existed. People have gotten too comfortable talking shit and not getting punched in the face for it. Mike Tyson, whenever he said this quote, knew what he was talking about and he was on one, and I completely agree. Sometimes you just need a lovely little clap on your cheek with the back of your hand or back of someone else's hand, to be honest. Yeah. Also, aren't these the same people who say stupid stuff like free speech isn't speech free of consequences or something similar? Well, guess what? Consequences shall be coming for you soon. You can try to delete all your Twitter things, but once something's on the internet, it is on the internet forever. Yeah. Well, this just reminds me of the phrase that hard times create strong men who create good times, which create weak men. I mean, there are more important things to worry about than a video game. The cost of living prices are rising. Bodily autonomy has been abolished in the name of public safety, as we saw in the early 2020s. There are more broken homes than ever before, more people in poverty. Governmental overreach is at an all time high, yet we choose to go ballistic about a video game and its titular character. Are we that stupid, or have we devolved so much? The devs promised us a game that was going to have one version throughout all regions, and then you, Sony, suddenly decide to shit all over their creative vision. And you send out the poor director to present a pathetic picture where he says that the censored version was what they had always wanted. If that was the case, then what was the demo? What were the things that we saw in the demo? Are we supposed to really believe that the censored version that you now have is what you actually wanted, when we have proof that the censored version is not what you wanted? The version you wanted was in the demo. Bizarre things, absolutely bizarre things, just madness. Yeah. It was so disheartening to see the poor guy squeal when he was being asked all those questions, and he had to protect Sony. I mean, you could clearly see on his face that he was really trying hard not to throw Sony under the bus, probably because Sony has some sort of agreement or has some sort of leverage over him. But yeah, this is the situation we find ourselves in. People really have forgotten what it means to be grown ups. If you see something you don't like, stop screeching, just remove yourself from that place. You are not a crusader or a vigilante, you are just a thug. And I'm pretty sure you won't like it when the pendulum swings in the other direction and you are at the end of its impact. So, bottom line is censorship in art is stupid. It should not be a thing. People should have the freedom and the liberty to do what they please. If you do not like something, turn the other way. We do not need to know how much it offends you. We do not need to know what you think of it. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Let people enjoy what they do. Let people enjoy what they enjoy. And just mind your own freaking business. So, well, that's it, guys, for me. I have been ranting about this because Stellar Blade was actually one of my most anticipated games of this year, like I made the video. And if you hold tight, a review should be out soon. So please like, share, and subscribe, and have a good day and become stronger people. Cheers.